All right, let's continue to talk about using data in Matlab. This one, it's we need to introduce another very important topic because you all know if, like I said, Matlab is just a huge calculator. It's really not that attractive because, I mean, look at what we did. For if you wanted to do anything, you have to type something, then you have to copy and paste something. So that really makes it just like a calculator. But if you have ever worked with some programmable calculators, or if you have taken a programming language class like C or Fortran or Python, you know the really we want computer tools to make our life easier. So let's see if I'm gonna just use it as a calculator and I have to do this rainfall and settlement analysis like multiple times. Yeah, maybe I want to keep checking back on the rainfall and settlement stuff. Every time if I have to like do this, yeah, it's caused such a hassle, right? So what you can actually do is basically write a script like here, new script. There's new live script. Yeah, I don't really use that. I'm kind of old fashioned. Just go with new script. You can write a script where you record your command, and then later on when you open MATLAB, you don't have to start like from scratch. You have a script. You can just let MATLAB run that script, then you will be back to where you are. For example, let's say we haven't done all of these, we clear everything, so nothing in workspace. Then we see everything. Oh boy, now we were really back in scratch. And I still want to just, analyze these data, do something like a box plot and stuff. How am I going to do that? Okay, we can type it line by line, which is what I did in the last video. But alternatively, I can start a script. In fact, I always recommend you to do that. When I start a script, you can see there's another window coming out. It kind of take half of the space of my command window. This is what they call editor. You actually program script and also functions. Later on, we're gonna get into that, all in this one. And this is actually just a text editor. You will use this as if you are doing this. But the only difference is that what you type in here, it won't run immediately, and you can save it. Let's just get to it. For example, I still want to get those in. Like I said, there's other ways to do it, but heck, I'm gonna just do like very basic copy and paste. Okay, I'm just gonna copy it. Then here, I'm just gonna say, okay, A equals to paste, and then do that. Then you're like, oh, wait a second. I'm gonna like silence it so that it doesn't really run. Just print it out. You're like, oh yeah, or I already cannot see anything now. Okay, well, all I did is just put this into A. And then I'm gonna do just like before, settlement equals to A, the third column, and then like rain equals to A, the first column. No, not the first, second column. Yeah, don't forget that. Okay, and then I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna have a plot. I'm gonna have a box plot of rain. Then I'm gonna do a new figure. I'm gonna do box. Actually, I'm gonna do bar plot, a new figure with settlement. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do. Then you notice that I already entered everything, but nothing happened, right? The A here is not in the workspace or whatever. Nothing happened. So there's two ways to run a script. So first you have to save it. Remember, if you don't save it, it's like untitled dot star. So you just say, oh, I'm gonna save it. By default, it'll save open to your your current folder, whatever it is you choose it to be. So I'm just gonna say that's a example. Exam P. Okay, so you can see the exam P's right here, and by default is .m. All the Matlab, whether it's a script or function, they're all .m. So I can either, which is likely like the recommended thing for script is I just type in the command window. Just look at the current folder. I have this in here stored as exam P. I just type exam P. What Matlab does is that once I hit enter, it'll try to find that in the current folder, and then if it found it, it'll run the whole thing just like I already typed it. Oh, okay. So what you can see is that it created those just like I typed it, and yeah, you haven't seen it because in my other screen, those two figures pop up. At this point, you're gonna say, "Oh, big deal. Like, why is this important?" First of all, you don't have to retype everything. If you want to run this analysis, you just need to type this. The second thing, which is actually most powerful, is for example, your reporter come back to you for some magical reason. They say, "Oh, you know what? When they record the settlement, it's recorded wrong. I mean, they are off by like 20%. It's actually be 20% higher." Then you're like, "Oh, okay, I already did the plots. You want me to redo this?" In fact, you don't need to do that. Like, all you need to do is come here and then say, "Okay, well, I will say we'll add a percentage sign. This one is your command line. Whatever come after the percentage line in Matlab script or functions, they don't run. It's just notes to yourself. You say, surveyor, mistake, settlement should be 20% more, right? So you make a note to yourself, and then you just do settlement equals to settlement. Come on. Times 1.2. Okay. Gee, what am I doing? Times. Oh, come on. Times 1.2. Then what it does is that this statement, if you have done in programming, it takes the original settlement, magnified by 20%, and then store it back so that it overwrites it. Now, all you need to do is just to save it, and then now just run exam again. In fact, here's another kind of cool thing I always forgot to tell my student, so now I remember that. In Matlab, it actually stores all your input commands, all the way back. If you want to kind of input the same thing, all you do is that you get your cursor in here and then press up. Don't press enter or don't start typing, just press up. Then there will be this nice history thing. You can select anything you want. In fact, I'm gonna actually select clear to show you how. I'm gonna clear everything. Okay. Now I'm gonna head up and then do exam again. Okay, you see a couple of things happened. You probably didn't notice it, but anyway, I'll tell you. The settlement, like this figure, is actually amplified by 120% now. Another thing that you notice that, oh yeah, well, first time we run first time we run this, there's nothing here. But now when we run it, it got this. What? Oh yeah. So as you can see, I added a sentence, but I forgot to silence it. So it actually runs everything, and then so if you don't want it to print, you just silence it. Then you save it. Yeah, of course, that's kind of one way to run it. Let me clear everything. Actually, up and then just clear. Okay, clear everything and CLC everything. In fact, what I want is I typically do when your input is not crazily long. I look at this. This is like 40 lines, but most of it is just empty. Input the number. Sometimes you can just open your script and then just copy and paste. You know, if I wanted to up to this point, I just Ctrl C copy, come down here, Ctrl V paste, and then enter. Done. Okay, it'll do that. Then say, oh yeah, actually that report is wrong, so we don't have this. You can just run it up to this point and then copy and paste here. You know, just paste and oh, it's already wrong because I pasted the enter button. So yeah, see, it's pretty straightforward. Another way to like say, oh yeah, they made a mistake again. They shouldn't report this. All you need to do is just add a percentage sign here. See, now this will never run. And if you want it back, oh, simple, just do this. Well, I hope that helped a little bit. Basically, the moral of the story is you really, unless you do something like really basic, you really want to start a script and start typing inside the script so that you can later on, like say if I close it and I cleared everything, I CLC'd everything, you can always just come back here and then just double click on it. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah. So now it's coming back and you can do copy and paste, or you can just run it again. So this is the lesson about script. Script is almost like a saved version of your input. Later on, you can go back and change, add to it, modify it, do whatever you want with it. Really convenient. Okay.